Hey, welcome back to the Idiot and the Asshole.
Good job!
I got it right, go me.
You did good.
I'm the idiot.
I'm the asshole.
Starting off with Tsuki News, and I'm going first. What have I found?
Louder.
I'm trying.
Please speak louder.
It's late. I'm trying to be quiet before I ask me.
No.
Okay, anyway. Star Muse Season 2 is coming out in April 3rd, and a promo video has been released with a preview for the opening song, Show Must Go On. So yeah, that's quite exciting. I need to finish watching that. But I was enjoying what I watched of Season 1
Good.
so far. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Should be good.
Starting anime and abandoning him halfway through.
I would never do that.
I have a friend who's worse than you, if you believe it. She
How?
has started thousands and just never finished them.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just too lazy to start things, really. Oh, the list of things I haven't finished. Anyway, and secondly, Free is getting 2 compilation films. Free Timeless Medley Bonds, which is going to be released on April 22nd, and that's going to focus on the Iwatobi Swim Club. And then Free Timeless Medley Promise will be coming out on July 1st, and that's going to focus on Rin and Sosuke.
Such a cute name.
Isn't it? It's so adorable.
Promise.
They're just adorable.
Oh.
And the trailer for the first one is also available with the film's theme song, Rising Free, which, that was quite cute. Nice to see them again. And then there's going to be a sequel. From what I gathered, I reread this article multiple times and tried to make sense of it, but this is what I've gathered. The sequel to Free Timeless Medley will be a film called Free Take Your Marks, which will air in fall this year and takes place as Haru is about to graduate. So,
see, I'm kind of disappointed. I wish they would skip further ahead so you can see where they got.
We read a comment some point today that there was 3 films, the 2 that we were expecting, and then the third one was after he'd graduated.
Yeah,
and we got
but
so
that person
excited.
Did not reference shit. Like,
so we couldn't find out where they were getting this information from.
Where's your sources?
So
give your sources.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a comment, like, as a certainty, please, like, give sources, even if they're in Japanese.
Because then we can find out what you're talking about. Because we want to know. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, people suck.
Moving on.
Yay! So I am here for your pleasure with PV news. PVs everywhere. That usually happens when, the season's about to end. So, KyoAni has released another PV, second PV, for Violet Evergarden. And this one has staff announcements as well. They've changed a bit since last ones. So this director and storyboard artist, who's also doing key animation. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Taichi Ishidate. He was the director for Kyokana Kanata. He storyboarded episodes for Chunibyo de Mokoi ga Shitai, Clannad After Story, and Hyoka, and Canon, and it goes on. And he was a key frame artist, a key frame animator for most of the KyoAni shows since Full Metal Panic up until Kyoka no Kanata. So he's been busy. You okay there?
I'm dying slightly, I'm sorry.
So that's PV number 1. PV number 2. Sakura Quest has released a PV. And it shows more detailed information about the characters. Also, it's the second part of their series, People at Work. So the first one was, I think the first one was Hanasaku Iroha, and then was Shirobako. I'm not sure on my timeline. It's gonna be an anime original, and the series composition has the same person who did the series composition for Free, Shimoneta, and Hataraku no Mao-sama, or the Devil is a Part-Timer. So I am but we still don't know who the scriptwriter is. So I am very hopeful, but I'm very careful as well, because the last time I got really, really, really excited for an original PA work show, it was really, really bad.
Which show was that?
Nagi aired, and right after the next season aired Glass Slip, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited!
Yeah.
And then it was Glass Slip, and I'm like, oh no. And now for speedy news. There's two new PVs for Sagrada Reset, which premieres April 5th. I'm close. Sangatsu no Lion, or March's Lion.
Oh. March Comes Like a Lion?
March Comes in Like a Lion. Is getting a second season in October. Eureka 7 is getting a film trilogy set 10 years after I'm thinking it's either after the anime series ends or the anime series begins. It's 10 years after. 10 years before. 10 years before. Ignore what I said. 10 years before. I am tired. And for some reason, Kyokai no Rine is getting a third season. I do not understand. Like, I do understand why. It's from the same person who did Inuyasha. But it has so, like, really bad pacing issues. Like, one episode feels like takes hours. Like, why? And now for my favorite part, Idol news, because I am sad and really, really stuck in Idol hell.
So badly.
Today we spent the whole day listening to all the Idol shows.
I was trying to get this all done, and you just kept finding new songs.
Yay! Idols! Yoshino Nanjo, Ellie's voice actor, Ellie from Love Live, is Clockwork Planet's main character. The voice actor for the main character. Also, the opening is done by Fripside, so yay, more Ellie! The PV is also out for this anime, and we'll put that in the description as well. And finally, the biggest Idol news. So, after the huge disappointment that was the Idol Master Million Live PV, which was for their game's 4th anniversary, and that made the whole of the internet think that there was another Idol Master season coming out for like a whole hot second. It was like everyone got excited and was like, nah, it's just a game. It's just a game PV. They did announce a new season for Idol Master, and it's Idol Master Side M, which is the male. It's based on the male game, so it's like male idols, yay! The main staff are returning from other previous Idol Master works. Yeah, I'm done. News.
Very happy about it.
I am so happy. More idols are always good. I just need time.
Oh, time. What is that?
We say this, we're recording this since 11.
Yeah. So, quick update for Anime Boo.
Anime Boo!
So, this week we finished watching Gakugurashi, which we have already watched before, and Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
We haven't finished Garo.
I will get on that. Tara won't.
No.
The idiot will quit, and I will stay and finish Garo. Yay.
Have fun with that.
So, Akurashi, really good. Don't look for anything before you watch it if you haven't watched it yet, or if you've already been spoiled. Just watch it.
I cried.
Yes, shocking. Still haven't cried. No tears 2017.
I'm so proud of you.
I know.
And also slightly concerned.
It's
very,
fine.
very concerned.
It's fine. It's not even halfway through the year. Also, Iron Blood and Orphans, really, really good.
It is very good.
I really did not want to like it. I do not have time to get into Gundam, and there's a second season of Iron Blood and Orphans.
Oh god, it's so long as well.
Which I don't have time to watch.
No.
I am still 2 seasons behind on everything. Sadness. Watching second season of Bungo Stray Dogs right now. It's from 2 seasons ago, I think, and I still have 3 or 4 from that airing season to watch. So I'm doing great. This season, I've already narrowed it down to 3 things that I need to watch that are not sequels.
Wow, 3.
Kobayashi.
I need to look at what's coming out next season.
Oh, it's so many good stuff. It's so sad.
Oh, jeez.
We'll do that. We'll do a look at what's coming out next season. Closer to the thing.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen recently, I want to watch Sagrada Reset, Alice and Zoroku, Star Mew.
Oh yeah.
I might watch Clockwork Planet just because Ellie's great. But yeah, tons of stuff are coming out. Sakura Quest. Anyway, moving on. Iron Blood No Friends great. Really sad that I need to get into Gundam now.
But yes, very good. Yeah.
Sadness.
Okay.
Yeah, Anime Boo over. We will vote. The voting will probably be next week or the week after. So we'll tell you what we're watching for Anime Boo and actually do Anime Boo this time. Which we make no promises on because Major Project is coming up. Major Project is coming up. And
we're third year students and we're crying on the inside.
I hope you heard my phone going off. If not, it'll happen one day. Yeah. Anime.
You're very popular this evening.
It's not me, it's Twitter. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Diva.
Anime According to Idiot.
Anime According to Idiot. I am so excited. This time we have a special round because I am not sure how closely Idiot listens to what I say.
Hint, not very.
She might get this one though. Okay, it's the last one though. So until then we've got 4 to go. So first one is Yahari ore no seishun love komu wa machigate iru. Can you tell what it is?
It's light novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
My youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected.
Say that again slowly.
My youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected.
Okay. I'm going to assume. Oh my god. Why are the names so long? It's very
great.
descriptive though.
It's great.
Okay. My youth rom-com was
wrong as I expected.
As I expected. Okay. High school anime.
Good job.
I'm going to assume the main character's a girl, and she is head over heels in love with this guy.
Okay.
And right, will they be dating or not is the big question, or is it going to be, I'm imagining, no, I don't think they're actually going out, but she's trying to flirt with this guy, and it's going horribly wrong, and it's this very stereotypical, oh, I'm going to flirt with this guy, but it's just, everything is going terribly, and she's trying her best, and she's just very socially awkward, and she was like, this probably isn't going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. No, I didn't. No?
It's a high school anime. The main character's a boy.
Okay.
And he's the most jaded, cynical person you can imagine.
Excellent.
And because he keeps being super sassy in his work and talking to his teacher, he's usually like, you know what, you're gonna be forced to join the service club. And then there's Go, who's really quiet and very perfect. Yukino? That's her nickname. And then there's this Genki girl who I think he helps, and she kind of falls in love with him. And then there's this girl-looking boy who also kind of likes the main character, but not really. And they have to, be the service club and help people solve problems. And I think the main character kind of likes the long-haired girl, and the long-haired girl kind of like the main character, and the orange-haired girl definitely likes the main character and is trying to confess, but yeah, it's a mess.
It sounds, yeah, what? Okay. Yeah.
Oregairu! Yay!
Mess. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Cool. Second one is Zankyo no Terror, or Terror in Resonance.
Terror in Resonance. Okay. so this is going to be set in some sort of magical universe of sorts.
Okay.
And so it's that as if the real world was being like haunted by like these crazy beings and everything. Everyone can see them. And the like humanity is living in constant fear, and then you have these special group of people. I'm realizing this is as generic as physically possible.
Absolutely.
And these group of people who are, I guess, like sort of like this mini army specifically set up to fight these like sort of like creepy beasts things, and so make sure that like the normal people who are pathetic who can't protect themselves, they're like protecting them from stuff, terrors.
Okay. Not so.
No,
Everything wrong.
everything.
Everything. It's set in our normal world, and it follows the stories of this girl and these two guys who are all of high school. They're all of high school age, but it's not set in high school. They do go to high school though, sometimes. And the two are terrorists.
Oh. Oh.
But they're terrorists with a good reason. Like they're trying to point out science experiments like on people, I think. I do not remember. I remember they were experimented on and they ran away. Buildings exploding and it doesn't end very happily. And there's a police there, a detective who's trying to, because they leave clues in their videos. They announce what they're going to do with enough clues to like people for people to be able to undo the bomb in time if they can get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Terror in Resonance. That's the song that was playing, and I was like, "Oh no, that's the answer." You'll see the picture. But yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. So next one is Sorete mo sakai wa utsukushii, which is the world is still beautiful.
The world is still beautiful. Okay. So there is a girl and a guy.
Okay.
And the guy is severely depressed. And he thinks everything is terrible.
Okay.
And he is like just ready to throw it all away, and he's like, no, everything is terrible, like everything is ending around me, like nothing is worth it anymore. And then this girl comes into his life, and she's like, no, there is beauty in this terrible world. And then she shows him to find like the little beautiful things, and it shows him that it's not completely meaningless, and there is some beauty in the world. And you're laughing at me, so I know I'm wrong.
I'm not laughing at you because you're wrong. I am laughing at you because it's really impressive how close you can be while still being really, really far off. Everything you described is right, except that it's not really. I've described this anime to you in detail. I've also shown you the music.
That name sounds very...
It's the little tiny boy and the girl whose song brings rain.
Oh!
Everything you said is right, but not really.
He's the one he's like a prince or something, and she gets sent to like marry him.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, you like the outside world, like nature and stuff is beautiful, not like this fake crap. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
now.
he is also severely depressed. Good job. You got it spot on, and yet very far away. And the last one before the bonus round is this art club has a problem. Japanese name is Kono bijutsubu ni wa mondai ga aru.
This art club has a problem.
This art club has a problem.
Okay. High school.
Good job.
And there is a delinquent guy, and they're like, you have to join something, and you're going to be creative about it, so you're going to join the art club. And he's like, fine, I will join this stupid art club, I hate it. And then he, like, walks in, and it's just girls everywhere, all the girls. And you have, like, all your stereotypical harem girls. You have the big boom one, and the tsundere one, and the girl who looks like a child and is therefore very, very inappropriate about it, and,
Lolly.
like... and the really, really shy one, and they all like him to some degree, and he's just simultaneously dating all of them, and I'll get very angry about watching it.
No, not at all. I really, really love this anime.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's about this. So, high school, correct.
Good job, me.
Main guy being... No. 2 main characters-ish.
Okay.
3 main characters-ish. Like, they all share the spotlight.
Yeah.
So, one of the main characters is this anime-obsessed guy who's really, really good at art, and joined the art club in the quest of making the perfect waifu. So he just goes to our art club every single day and tries to draw the perfect waifu. And he's not interested in pretty girls. Second main character is a girl who is, like, completely in love with this guy because he helped when they were outside, and there was this little girl who was lost, and he was perfect with her. So he not only managed to stop her from crying, he managed to help, like, get her to, like, tell her when he last saw his mother, like, her mother, and managed to get her to her mother. So she's like, oh, I'm really impressed that this stupid asshole who just sits the whole day there drawing anime girls is really, really good and really, really nice. And she's like, oh, I like him. So he's obviously not interested at all. And she's like, oh, nah. And then there's the third, she's way less important, third main character, whose name is Colette. And she is beautiful and stupid, and basically, the first time you meet her, I think she thought that like a very simple sequence of events was a world conspiracy. Her brain is very, very special, and I love her.
I mean, that's the natural conclusion to come to things, really, isn't it?
I'll see if I have the screenshots from it, and I'll show it to you. They're really, really good.
Okay.
And bonus round.
Oh, jeez, I'm concerned.
Oreimo, which is Ore no imoto wa kona ni kawaii wa kiganai. I am so proud of myself for knowing that. Which I'll now tell you the English title, and you'll get really easily, possibly. My little sister can't possibly be this cute.
Crap, I know this.
Can you describe it, Tara?
Oh, you've told me this.
I've told you this. I think Lucas told you this as well.
I'm so
Or
sorry.
was it someone in anime? I'm not sure if it was Lucas.
I mean...
Can you get it? Can you try to get something?
I'm gonna guess.
Let's go. Idiot's guess.
Guy, he's gonna say about 18 years old, and his single parent, gonna say dad, remarries mum, so he gets this little stepsister who is maybe 14 or 15, so it's incredibly inappropriate. Not as inappropriate as it could be, but inappropriate even so. And he just finds her adorable, and it's just inappropriate because incest is bad, guys. It's bad. I don't care what excuse you'll give me. It's terrible. It's bad.
So I got bad news for you.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
So let's correct this. I think you might be accurate with the age. He might be a bit younger.
Okay.
He might be like 16 or no, he might be 17.
Are they blood siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really hoping that would be the case.
That they're actually brother and sister. There's no
No.
excuse this time.
There's no excuse anyway. Fight me, but
I will fight you. I feel like it depends.
This is a very long topic of conversation. Let's not get into this
No,
now.
let's not. I don't want to edit this conversation.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, no single parent. Both parents are there, and she might be older than that. She might be 15 or 16.
Still wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah. And everyone's sad because he picked Kino over Kuroneko, which is a girl. Anyway, spoilers for you. Sorry, guys.
I would say that I'm not that far off, but considering the title gave away pretty much everything.
To be fair, you were like you were very hopeful with the whole, he got a step sibling. It's like, good shit.
No, it's not brothers conflict.
See, no, that's way more acceptable. Well, that would have been more acceptable were not some of them 10 and 42. But yes. You ready for your favorite?
That's just an anime for another conversation.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I really like Brothers
not.
Conflict. Ready for your favorite part?
Yay! I actually remembered it because I wrote it in the right order this time instead of messing up, but I've lost my notes.
Hate!
There it is. So this week, I watched Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yay!
Episode 1. Wow!
Isn't it great? Aren't you happy they rebooted it?
Oh god. So I haven't watched Sailor Moon at all. I know, like, a fair amount, not greatly.
You watched clips of it
I've
when I
watched
was
clips of
working.
it.
When I was working for my,
Don't watch the dub. Awful.
I did an essay on lesbian relationships in anime, and I used Michiru and Haruka as an example. So I was there watching. Sailor Moon dub and Sailor Moon sub
Without headphones. Oh, my eyes, my ears. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Sailor Moon Crystal is the reboot of Sailor Moon. Wow. So
It's a really loved franchise.
2 minutes, 3 minutes, we're just
Still
images, kind of zooming in and out of those. I lost interest and stopped paying attention. Yeah. Character designs. What is anatomy? I get it when it's like, what is it, little kids anime? I don't remember little girls anime. I don't remember the title of that.
Are you talking about the Aikatsu one?
No, like when you have like anime aimed at like little girls and everything, the eyes are huge, the legs
you're
are
talking
long.
Mermaid Melody.
Anything like.
No, you're getting it wrong. But yes, like, are you trying to say shoujo? Because shoujo is young girl, but that's not what it means.
No, I know that's not what it means, but like there are examples of that.
Little kid shows, yeah.
There are examples of that where you like
huge
eyes, like the legs are really really long and like it's
The
weird.
really long legs are the clamp legs. You're getting.
Oh god, anatomy has just gone out of the window.
Nah.
The eyes are terrifying.
Nah.
Like they are so big.
You didn't even see Chibiusa's eyes. Chibiusa's eyes are the worst. So you see how Sailor Moon's eyes are slightly round.
Yeah.
Chibiusa though, because you only saw season 3 Chibiusa.
Yeah. We quickly cut to season 3 to compare because it does get slightly better.
Yeah, it gets way better. Like no comparison.
Yeah.
Chibiusa's eyes are Mamoru shaped eyes. So they're really liney.
Yeah.
And straight. And kind of, they're straight and liney, and it just looks. And the first thing she does, she points out a gun at Usagi, and I'm like, "Are you a little kid mafia?" It was really stupid.
Apparently, right. This is probably like a really stupid thing to get like annoyed about, but like the hair is so annoying on some of the like her mum. Her hair is terrible, and I really like nicely drawn hair, and. Yeah, no, that just bugged me too much.
Yeah, no, I don't. I get it, but I don't get it because her mom's hair was always like that. It hasn't changed.
I haven't watched the original, so the 3D transformation was awful. Oh god.
What? No, 3D is great.
the script, or lack thereof it, there was literally a point where they were talking about a bank robbery. No, a jewelry shop robbery.
Yes.
And then one of them was just like, oh, but I kind of, like, understand, I understand where they're coming from. And they're like, yeah, I get it, jewelry's pretty. And I was like, is that literally it? Like, is that the reason that you are on, like, you understand where the robbers are coming from because you like what they're I was expecting, I don't know why, but I was literally expecting something along the lines of like a really like dramatic backstory, and I'm like, oh, they've been talking. Nope, it's really not that deep. Tuxedo Mask. I mean, he doesn't do anything at all, but I mean, no. I don't think that's a thing. Like that's just what he does anyway.
He's actually useful sometimes, and he's useful in the original one.
Okay.
This one, he is less useful.
I mean, he showed up. They bumped into each other. They kind of took the piss.
My
out
job
of each
here
other.
is done. You didn't do anything. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. But like
that is a joke.
Meeting...
That is a joke on Tumblr. Oh, and yeah.
No, I've seen that. But they did. Like, they bumped into each other.
Oh,
they kind of had to talk. Oh, and then they saw each other's eyes, and it was so dramatic. Oh my god, they're in love! Ah! And genuinely don't care at all. Yeah, it's just like, Tuxedo Mask doesn't do anything, but they're totally in love, so it's fine.
I would totally get her to watch the original, but it's too long.
It's too long, and my attention span is on the floor. Her buns light up when she's transformed, and this bugged me to no end because it just looks so stupid. Like, she's standing there going, oh, I've just transformed, and then the little red gems in her hair just like start flashing, and then she starts hearing, help me, and I'm just like, no, please no. Oh god. And then the fight sequence was terrible. What happened to doesn't run from a real fight? She's freaking running all over the place and screaming. Yeah, that was a thing. Screaming and crying, that helped. She just stood in the middle of the room, started crying, and something happened. Her weapon was like a tiara boomerang, which was stupid. Oh god,
that's from the original as well.
I don't like it.
To be fair, in the original, like, you think it's like a magical thing,
yeah,
and it just turns out she's really, really good at throwing the disc.
But like, because we watched the snippet from the opening and everything, and you've got like the other 4 Sailor Scouts, and then like they've got like water power and fire power and boomerang. It's like soccer.
To be fair, she has her heart attack.
She's gone into cardiac arrest.
Little heart attack. Inappropriate. We're sorry. The thing is, we jumped to season 2, 3 at a random episode, and the very first line was
she's gone into cardiac arrest, and everyone's like, oh,
about Chibiusa. Like, after Hotaru stole her heart.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
I know.
What is happening? We were trying to find examples of the fact that the animation does get better, and it does.
And I wanted to show her Haruka and Michiru because they're the greatest.
Yeah, some of the animation was interesting. But no, I don't care. Like, I'm sure the original was great, and like I believe that was a good anime.
Did you know that in one of the episodic episodes from the original, one of the characters whose heart gets like, I don't even remember what season it is. I don't know if it's her heart or her mirror or whatever. It's an animator. So basically it's like one episode on like how animators feel.
Oh, accurate.
Sadness.
Yeah, no, this is very low on my list of what I've watched so far. I am sure that the original is is good. I'm sure it's like I can tell it's a very, like important part of like anime and its history and everything. But like, oh, the reboot, no.
Yeah, Toei has not been very kind with its reboots. We're getting a fourth season though, of Chibiusa and her pony boyfriend.
What? Oh, that's a thing, isn't it? Oh, I forgot about that. Why?
We might get to see Fisheye, so yay!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Chibiusa.
See, I get random bits of information, but have I watched it?
Hell yeah! Okay. Now that we've done Unhide, we're seeing if we can get this under an hour. So, we're doing character? Yes?
Yes, I just went to the wrong page.
Character!
I know how this podcast works.
What? No. So, I'll do character first, because we're doing the spoiler thing again. So, we'll do spoiler free. I'm only going to use the first episode, so I don't consider first episode spoilers.
No.
And we'll put the spoiler, and we'll jump to the beginning of the next part, which is the scene analysis. If you want to skip that too.
So we're doing Love Life Sunshine today.
Yeah.
And we're focusing on Chica.
Yeah, we're doing Chica as a character.
One of the main characters, but like
she's the center.
She's the center. She set up the group. So, would
So,
you like to?
Yeah. So, Love Life Sunshine, when it got announced, got a ton of hate. Everyone absolutely despised it.
Me
for
included.
No reason, apparently. Like, I think out of all my friends, I was the only one who was excited for it.
Yep.
So yeah, everyone really, really hated on Chica because she was just a copy of Honoka. She has no originality. She's nothing. And it's like, no, I'm sure she's different. I'm sure she'll be fine. And they're like, no, copy of Honoka. Like, no. Anyway, so the very, very first episode, halfway through, Chica has one of the most revealing moments to her personality, and it's basically like Honoka is a very interesting character. I also really hate these comparisons, but everyone does it, so I'll have to use it to refute the fact that they shouldn't be compared. Anyway, so Honoka just decides to be a school idol to save school. Chica, however, she loved school idols even before the school thing came up.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to be special too. So she has this huge speech, which I call the normal speech, and where she's like, "Yeah, I've always been normal all my life," and I find her to be very relatable. As in, there are so very few people who can say, "Yeah, I'm the best at this," or "I'm very, very good at this. No one can beat me." And I feel like it's very normal to experience yeah, I'm okay at this. I'm also okay at that. I am nothing special at this. And to do not feel the need to pursue anything because it's what's the point? And then she sees Muse and she gets inspired and she loves school idols because they're so normal and yet so special at the same time. And she's still happy and super silly, and she's clearly the Dojiko main character, the clumsy person who is really just happy. But she's not just that. She's this really emotional, self, which she hides underneath her, and it's oh, precious child. Yeah, that's basically Chica. Chica's great. Chica is not Honoka.
No, Chica is not Honoka.
Yeah, I'm done. Do you want to spoil stuff?
Okay. So this is a spoiler for episode 8. So we'll put the spoiler warning up. So as you mentioned earlier, when Love Live Sunshine was announced, I was not excited for it. I was like, yeah, no. I was genuinely expecting a full-on Muse knockoff. I was expecting Chica to be a full-on Honoka knockoff, and I was just like, I loved the original so much, and I was just like, I really don't care. I get really annoyed when companies just make more things because they know it'll make them money. So I was full on expecting that.
Money's great.
I was very wrong. So, like, Chika is so passionate and, like, oh, she's just great. But episode 8, like, I liked her. She's the sort of character type that I do like. And I was like, yep, cool, she's a good character, that's nice. Episode 8 was kind of when she broke. And that just kind of made me realize just how, like, deep her character goes, and I just loved it. They just had a... they just competed in Tokyo, and they were so excited to go, but the results came back, and they came in dead last, and no one voted for them. And they'd kind of gone into this being like, oh, we're going to be in the big leagues, you know, we're going up against other school idol groups, and this is going to be great, and they were so excited, and they came out and being like, we're not good enough. And they were all talking about it, and everyone was there being like, oh, you know, but, you know, we're not as good as those guys, and we want to compete in Love Live, and if we want to compete in Love Live, we have to be on their level. And Chika was coming in being like, oh, but it's fine, you know, we tried our best. She was silver lining this entire thing, and just before she even entered that scene, she kind of had this, like, really strained look on her face, and she is upset about this, but the second she kind of goes into everyone else, she has this beaming smile, and she's like, no, it's fine, we tried our best, doesn't matter, it's okay, we'll go about this, it's okay. But then, later in the episode, she, like, when she's by herself, she kind of goes down to the sea, and she's kind of standing there, and she's like, oh, I'm trying to look for something, and Riko was talking to her, and she's like, are you okay? And she's like, oh, I'm fine, you know, it's just a bit annoying, but she goes through this, like, excellent, deterioration as she's standing there, and she starts, and she's, you know, she's putting on the smile, and she's like, oh, you know, it's okay, you know, it's all right, it's a bit annoying, and then she kind of gets slightly more frustrated, and she's like, well, I guess I'm a little bit upset about it, and then she just breaks, and she's like, no, I'm frustrated, this is annoying, we tried so hard, and she's repeating, like, it's frustrating, I'm so frustrated, and, like, she starts crying, and she's just broken down, and she's annoyed, because they did try incredibly hard, and it's not for lack of effort, and she wouldn't be that upset about it if she was just doing it for shits and giggles. Like, she cares.
She does.
So much.
I know.
And, like, when you put that much effort into something and then only to come out and fail, like,
it's really sad.
It is devastating, and, like, she has that, and she's trying to put on this sort of, like, brave face, because, like, she doesn't want anyone to think that their hard work went to waste, and, like, she's just like, oh, but, you know, everyone would get upset, like, you know, they did this with me, and Riko's like, no, they did it because they wanted to do it, and, you know, it's okay to be upset about that, like, we all tried really hard and we failed, that's annoying, it's frustrating, but, like, that little breakdown, just... it sounds cruel. It's just like, yeah, she cried and I love her. But
I didn't love her until she cried.
You wouldn't get that upset over something if you weren't passionate about it.
They
and
all
like,
were really passionate about
and it was just
so
such a sweet scene. And
Yoshiko's a disaster.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yoshiko is useless, and I love her.
She's just great. But yeah, she's just such a great character. I love her. Yeah. Spoilers over for that character.
I don't think we've warned about the spoilers before. It was like, yeah, now the episode 8 thing. I'll put the spoilers.
It'll be fine.
Yay. So, scene, which we're also doing from Love Live Sunshine. What? Crazy. And this scene is on my precious baby child.
She's literally written Mario Precious Child in brackets.
It's like, scene, Mario Precious Child.
So we're doing sort of 3 very short scenes from episode 4. So again, this is spoilers if you've not watched that far into the anime yet.
This time it's like way earlier though.
Yeah, way earlier.
We're spoiling the last episode. We're spoiling episode 7. We're spoiling episode 4.
4. You only have to get to the 4th episode.
I messed up my fingers.
That's cool, no one can see. Do you want to go all in one go or one scene at a time?
We'll do one scene at a time.
Okay.
I think it should be faster.
Okay, right. So the first scene is like the very opening minute, I think, of the episode. and it's told from Hanamaru's perspective, and she's sort of narrating it.
Modern narration.
So it starts on like her diary. So we're going into her head, her like personal thoughts and feelings, and like her memories and everything. She opens it up, and we dive into her memory from like a point of view shot, and she's like in like nursery school, sort of like she's very very small.
Baby more.
And she's sitting alone in like the shade, and she's building like her little dirt sand mound sort of thing, looking very proud of herself.
She's talented.
She's being adorable. But she's talking about how she's like, she's always like by herself. She's kind of like average sort of at things. But she's playing by herself, and in like her little nursery school and everything, there's like I think 3, if I remember correctly, other groups of 3, so they're all talking to each other except Yoshiko, who's
playing with
also
stick.
being a little special child as well. So, but like all the other kids are kind of playing together, and she's kind of cut off from them in like pretty much all of these sort of little memories. And then it cuts to her. So like talking about how she doesn't stand out and everything, so she's coming sort of like 3rd in the race, like she's not like, or last, I don't know how many people are behind her, but like people are winning in front of her, and she's kind of cut up back from that. And then like she's playing a tree in the school play, and they've got like 2 girls being like the princesses, which like most little girls when they're young, they're just like, oh, I want to be the princess, so like that's like the main role, they're standing up. And then you got like the boys playing like the princes and everything, and then you have Maru being adorable in the background, being a tree.
Tree number 1.
Just like, you go, Maru, you be that tree.
There's a tiny break for a joke. There is an edit of the Alolan version of a Pokemon, which is just a huge tree with a really long neck, and they've photoshopped Maru's face onto like.
Oh, Maru.
There you go.
Excellent.
Moving on.
It cuts to her when she's slightly older, and she's like, oh, that's when I found books, and she's sitting by herself like in the classroom, and she's like cut off again from like all of her classmates. They're all like outside, they're all playing, and she's like in the center of the classroom. She's sitting by herself. She's surrounded by like empty desks and everything. Page. And the this is one I forgot to write down. All the cuts between memories, not necessarily like shots, but like between each like cut in time, is like the pages being turned. So, which I was just like, wait, is this? So I had to like flick back and check this. But so every time it changes scene, it looks like the page is being turned, like in her diary, which I thought was a cool little snippet thing. And then you're cut to the library. Again, she's kind of sitting like in the center of the library. There are a couple of people dotted around, but like no one's really like, she's in her own little world, which is then demonstrated when she's talking about how like in books she can kind of go where she like into the worlds of the books, and she's got her eyes closed and her hair is flowing, and she's like being transported into like this beautiful field and this sort of like little galaxy thing. But then the bell goes, brings her back to reality, like her hair comes down, like her eyes open, and she's closing her book, she's finished now, and she's just sitting by herself in the library, and it's just, yeah, it's an adorable little scene. Like, it definitely shows a lot about Maru and gives her backstory and quite a lot. And then, like, right at the end, even though the library appears empty, Ruby is hiding behind the bookcase, being adorable. You kind of see her in, like, the last sort of, like, couple of seconds. She's there reading Idol magazines.
What? No.
But, like, it's quite sweet that they sort of found each other in the library and kind of got that with them. But it's quite a cute little scene.
Okay.
Go on. You talk about your child.
my fave, best girl. Okay, so this few scenes like serve for two important things. One of them is establishing Maru as a character, because so far she's only been seen as this really pretty girl who hangs out with the other one who can barely speak and has serious speaking problems.
I love her. She needs to be protected.
Anyway, so the scene introduces Maru as shy, withdrawn, an introvert, and not sporty or artsy or special in any way. She is a bookworm, and she's adorable. It also informs us of facts that we will need for later on in this series, because the three scenes we've picked have one thing in common, which is Maru narration. So she is telling her own story. So yeah, this scene is narrated by Maru, and I find it also to be a really relatable character. The whole thing. I like books better than I like people, kind of thing. So what I found is the book as a metaphor. Like you said, her memories change while she flips the book pages, and yeah, she like this tiny scene is telling like the story of Mario so far, and it's a book metaphor, and it's really really cute. And so, and then there's a scene when she's traveling through the various stories like that she has, like when her hair is floating and she has this beautiful sunset, and then it changed into something, and then it changed into space. It's like, oh, she's traveling through all the adventures she had while reading books, and it's like, oh, that is like, I think that's a really cute representation of like traveling through or adventuring through reading books. I think it could be like, it should have shown more sceneries, more things, but I guess that's let's keep it within budget, people. And then yeah, the sound design of the bell ringing to bring her back from this crazy adventure to back to reality was also, it's also really like really interesting, considering that it not only bring her back from her crazy adventures to reality, it's like the time's over for the book, because that's the point when she's like, oh yeah, as well as the sadness and loneliness of finishing a book. So that sounds like time over. And then we see Maru again, like alone in the library, and this is where it gets really interesting, because then she closes the book like, oh yeah, story's over, kind of thing. So that book she was reading was over, but I think that's a really interesting way of seeing it is like as a series thing. The first book of the series is done, and then she meets Ruby, and the second book starts. Yeah. Because Ruby like leads her towards a path that she would have never gone had she not met Ruby.
Very true.
Idol path. Woohoo. The path to be an idol. Yeah, I'm good. Mara's adorable.
She is. So the second scene's about, I'd say, like halfway through the episode. Yeah. Hanamaru and Ruby have gone for a trial session for Aqua, and they're just testing it out. Mainly, Ruby really wants to be an idol, and Maru's just like, why not? We'll give it a go. But so they're running up all the steps, and then so the second years run through the shop, followed by Ruby, and then there's a very brief pause, and then Ruby runs back, because Maru has not run through the shot yet. So she runs back away from the top of the hill. So like this whole hill I kind of see as like a massive sort of like the top of the hill is where she wants to be, and she comes back from that, so that she can go up to the top with her friend. So she's kind of coming back from where she wants to be, to help her friend out. And she's lying to the second years, and she's like, oh no, it's okay, like I'm running out of breath, like you go on, I'll catch up, sort of thing. And she has like a happy little everything's fine moment, sort of like, and she's like waiting for Hanamaru to catch up. But Maru snaps her out of it, and she's like, no, don't wait, you've got to keep running. And it's like sort of cutting between the two of them, where Maru's sort of she's lowered down, because she's slower down the steps and everything, and she's like snapping Ruby out of this, which honestly I think is such a selfless thing to do. And she's like, no, you gotta go on ahead, because this is where you want to be, and that's what you want to do, and you have to keep on running. And it's just adorable. Oh no, I've gone the wrong way, sorry. I know where my notes are. You should care more about your own feelings, and like she's just like, no, Ruby, you need to do what you want to do. And looks up at her, and then you've got a series of cuts between Ruby running up the hill, and she's kind of running towards the camera, and she's looking upwards, and like you've got all the pretty sunshine happy light, and she's smiling, and it's all happy, and she's like, yeah, like going in slow motion and everything. But then it's cutting back to Maru, who sort of like looks up and then turns away, faces down, and then just walks very slowly down the hill, down back to the bottom as to where they started. And they're going in their sort of opposite directions. Ruby going up to like all the happiness and where they want to be and like the good bit, and then Maru heading back down and being like, no, I don't want that. Lies, all of it. There is a little cut to during when Ruby's running away as well, when Maru's saying like, you know, you've locked away like the stuff that you enjoy doing because you want to like help other people, and it kind of cuts to like a shot in her room, and like there's a picture in her drawer, there's like her idol magazine, and then a picture of Ellie and Hanayo, which are the two members of Muse that Daya and Ruby like.
Daya has great taste.
But like, so she's kind of kept that because obviously like she wanted her and her sister to kind of aspire
Tom
to
idols.
have so cute. But obviously she's locked that all away because she doesn't want to offend anyone and doesn't want to hurt anyone, and Maru, being the precious child she is, is like, no, don't do that, don't, you know, do it for you.
Maru's great.
So cute. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I am not gonna do mine because you have literally pointed out every single thing that I wanted to say. I will just add two things.
Okay.
First, I find really interesting is when they're running, like when they start running up, the sign says "Ganbatte," which is like good luck, go on, go forward, good. And then at the place that Ruby and Maru start, there's a hey, take a break, don't exhaust yourself sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's where Maru takes a break and goes back, and Ruby keeps going.
God damn it, guys.
And that is one thing that I want to point out. And the other thing that I want to point out is that when Maru decides to give up, narrator Maru is back. She is narrating again.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm going to say, I'm going back to my book analogy, and Maru's back to telling her own story. The story of her life. The second book in the series. Yeah. Do you want to do the third sequence? Because I think this one will have different things.
Okay. So the third scene is, so they're back at school, and Ruby has decided to join Aqua. So in the second scene that we looked at, Ruby, I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to try. Ruby was on the right hand of the screen running towards the left hand of the screen, and Maru was in the left hand of the screen, sort of walking towards the right hand of the screen. So in the first shot, Ruby, who is originally facing left, she turns back to the way that Maru has been going, like on her way down the hill. So they're continuing the way, like the way that they're walking and everything. And then it cuts to Maru walking back towards the library. Again, she's walking in the same direction as before. She's walking back to the library. And then when she gets there, she's sitting, again, she's sitting facing right. But this time, yeah. Okay, yeah, so she's sitting facing right. And so what I noticed is, so in scene 2, Ruby was very close to the left-hand side of the screen, and she's kind of like running away, and Maru was very close to the right-hand side of the screen, so they were kind of back-to-back, I guess, if you had them in the same shot, if that makes any sense at all. And then in scene 3, there's more space in front of them, as opposed to behind them, so I kind of saw that as if Ruby had come back to stand in front of Maru and be like, no, stop, you're, like, turn around. And she looks at a magazine, and she's... Again, it's that book thing, isn't it? She's looking at a picture of Ren in the wedding dress.
Yeah. Wedding dress.
Which, to people who have watched
Original,
the original one, knows that was at a point where Rin was doubting herself, and she's like, no, I can't do that, sort of thing. Obviously, Mary doesn't know this. And she's like, oh, that was a nice dream. And she starts closing it, and she gets... like, it's about to be closed, but then, like, with a little sad smile, like, she's lying, she wants to be it. But Ruby bursts in before it is completely closed. So it is never fully shut. And she bursts in, and she does stand in front of Maru, so I kind of saw it as a, like, no, don't go any further, you're not going any further back, you're going this way now. You want to go that way, like, and they were all kind of facing, like, standing and sort of blocking her from going the way that she doesn't want to actually go, but she thinks she does. I've explained that terribly.
You tried.
But I tried.
My turn. So, this part is, once again, narrated by Maru.
Very true.
She's telling us, the viewer, that her story is over. She's reached her point. That's exactly like how it starts. And now I'm going back to my library. My story is over.
Yeah.
And it's like, and this is like, haha. So Maru all this time has been a really, really unreliable narrator, because we know that the story is continuing, and there is nothing I love more than unreliable narrators. I find that concept to be really interesting. So for someone to tell a story that they don't fully know,
Yeah.
as opposed to I know everything. I don't know what the word is in English, but yeah, an all-knowing narrator. Anyway, so she says that her story is over, and then we're back to the first point of view shot that we had when she was opening and closing the book.
Yeah.
She walks into the library,
Yeah.
into like the first person point of view. Also, the library is empty again. There is no one there, and then she's back to, like, there's a contrast of her telling Ruby that she shouldn't lock away her dreams, and yet she keeps her idol magazine in a drawer very much like Ruby does.
Yep.
And she opens it to read it, and then Ruby bursts in, and then the library's full of people again, and we really do see that she really wants to become like an idol, and this is where we realize that Maru was right in a way. Her story was over. That was the second book of the story. And now there's a third book where she is an idol.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like Maru's like story in books thing. It's cute and I love her.
She's just such a great character. They all are. I love them. They're precious.
I loved Maru since the first promo image.
First promo image. You're just like, that one's my favourite. I love her.
I was right.
Bang on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, we're done now with spoilers,
Woo.
and the anime we're recommending this week
It's actually not the anime we've been talking about yet.
No.
What?
I know, there's always a first for everything. So, we're going to do our anime recommendation on Koi no Katachi, which you probably won't be able to see for another 3 months,
Sorry,
unless
guys.
you've already seen it. Because, what is it? It's still not airing anywhere near you. The Your Name thing applies.
Yeah. So, what's known as A Silent Voice, we managed to see it on Wednesday, which was the only showing that they had near us. The only
Oh
time.
shit! Quick break. I forgot to do the news on this. So if you missed the news thing, Sword Art Online movie. If you live in the UK, you can book your tickets to watch Sword Art Online movie, Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale. I messed up. I will put this at the news point. By the way, this is filmed during the anime recommendation. Back to where we were.
We're professionals.
No, we're not. Don't lie.
Yeah, I'm just lying to myself, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we saw it on Wednesday. And so you went into this. You'd read the manga. I went
read the
into
manga.
it with only the information from the trailer and kind of the information you'd given me.
It's the deaf girl. Deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Deaf, as in can't hear. Good
Yep.
job.
Yeah, but positive. Very good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And for like half the movie, it's like, I was like, this is a really impressively accurate depiction. And then I was like, and then it kind of went a bit crooked, but it was still really, really good. The characters are incredibly faithful. They're still incredibly, like, touching characters.
Yes.
The story, while I do believe it lacks a bit due to it being a movie and having like less time than the manga, the characters the friend relationships have been slightly like not as evolved, not as developed.
Some of them definitely lacked. But
my
obviously,
favorite character had 2 lines.
she was so excited.
2
she
lines.
came into the film and be like, okay, guy with like longish hair. You said it
Longish
was
blonde.
Longish
Yeah.
blonde hair. It's not blonde, but
Not blonde.
considering you had a black
It's
and white
coloured
image to
white.
go off, that's fair enough. He's just like, yeah, he's my fave. He's great. And he came in and he had 2 lines of dialogue.
It might have been more, but it was definitely under 10.
It was not a lot. But that's what happens with films. No, it was. I loved the characters. They were great. There was one who annoyed the shit out of me.
I love her.
But I tried. I really tried to like her, but I just didn't. I don't remember her name. I'll put a picture up of.
Picture of her. Shall I put a picture with a crossover?
Yeah. Oh, that was such a clever. They
Yeah.
were very clever with that. They had crosses over the face because he stopped
like
looking people like in the eye and he stopped like listening to them and everything. So they just had a massive cross over their face. And then when he started like getting to know them and like looking at them and listening to them, like that cross kind of peeled away.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
I
really liked that.
They do that in the manga too. It's
Yeah,
really good.
but there was just a beautiful moment where like on a couple of the characters like something happens and they just slap straight back on it, and it was just so greatly animated because they kind of sit there and sort of like move slightly with the characters, but I just kind of assumed that they would just disappear, but they kind of peeled off like they were sort of like stickers.
It's cute
I guess.
animation, of course.
It was so great. Character animation was great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Obviously. I really like main character. Yes, I'm doing great today. I know her name. I swear I do. Nishimiya. Yeah. I don't remember her first name, but Nishimiya is definitely her last name.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoko-chan. I got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She's really cute, and the way she's designed is also, and she's animated really nicely.
But
She's adorable.
It's such a cute little story. It's so pure.
Read the manga.
I really want to now.
Only after you read Horimiya.
Yeah, no, I've got like a list of stuff to be reading. Oops.
What? No. Anyway, yeah. Koi no Katachi. Really good. If you can get it in a movie theater near you, go watch it. If you can't get it in a movie theater near you, wait until someone either the Blu-ray comes out or it comes out online, maybe Crunchyroll or maybe somewhere else.
Not promoting anything.
Nope.
But no, it is a very good film, and if you have the chance to watch it, would definitely recommend.
So,
yeah,
we're done for this week. We failed our goal, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's midnight now.
It's midnight now, so
We're doing great. So,
probably
news
pissing off our housemates.
news will be in the description. Our social media will be in the description.
All the animes that we mentioned.
I will put the Sword Art Online thing in the description as well, even though I failed terribly. I had one job. What else? Animes will also be in the description.
Yeah.
And this time, you get a beautiful bloopers. because the idiot here failed miserably before we even started. Ta-da!
Oops.
Cool, without stepping on anything breakable. Cool. Where's my pen? What?
Oh crap, I hit record. Go away.